Today I'd like to talk about a personal favorite of mine, Sandwichman. Known for clever wordplays, their manzai has been praised by many comedy legends, and their rise to fame was truly epic. Date and Tomizawa both hail from Sendai, and come from pretty well-off families. Date's father was an executive banker, and Tomizawa's was a regional manager of a food importer. Date's father was especially strict about education, and as a child, he was a star student. Tomizawa had to move several times before his family took roots in Sendai. They met in their business high school's rugby club and quickly became the best of friends. During high school, Tomizawa thought the two of them would make great comedians. However, Date was under some pressure from his family to get a real job. After graduating, Tomizawa decided to do odd jobs while trying to pursue a career in comedy. And Date, thanks to connections from his father, got a job in the sales of rehabilitation equipment. He became a standard, albeit slightly scary, salaryman. Tomizawa had joined the Sendai branch of Yoshimoto and formed an amateur duo. Although he had formed a duo, it lacked the synergy he had with Date, and he was convinced, if it were Date, we'd make it. He started asking Date to join him in comedy. Date had a stable job and was making a good salary, so he refused. Tomizawa didn't quit and kept asking for 3 years. It was around that time, in 1998, Date's grandfather passed away. On his deathbed, he told Date, "You might as well be doing something you like doing, because life is short." His words resonated with Date, and he decided to quit his job and start working with Tomizawa. They formed the duo Oya Fuko, which directly translates to disobedience of one's parents. Soon after, Hamada Tsutomu joined them, and they formed a trio for a brief time. Since they were kind of a sandwich of men, they named themselves Sandwichman. Tsutomu left the group just as quickly as he came, but they decided to keep the name. Anyway, Tomizawa was right about Date. Their live shows were electric, and they quickly built a fan base. But they never got any TV offers. TV producers often scout live shows for new talent, but there never seemed to be one in the audience. They took matters into their own hands and entered the M1 Grand Prix, but were quickly eliminated. Months turned into years, and they never got the break Tomizawa was so sure they'd get. He began to feel incredibly guilty for pulling Date into comedy. He thought, I ruined his life. They were now 30 years old, working part-time jobs, struggling to make ends meet. Tomizawa was so guilt-ridden, he planned to disband Sandwichman and commit suicide. Date wasn't ready to throw in the towel, though. He declared 2005 would be their year. They quit their part-time jobs and did more live shows than they'd ever done. And in spring of that year, a TV producer finally saw their act. They got their break on Enta no Kami-sama and made more and more appearances on TV. In 2007, they re-entered the M1 Grand Prix and pulled off the very first comeback victory after being sent to the losers bracket, a win that marked them as champions of their craft. In fact, a poll in 2016 asked netizens of Japan who the best M1 champion was, and Sandwichman won by a landslide. Their fame was established after that, but there's one more event I'd like to highlight, which came in 2011 during the Great Earthquake. They were recording for their TV show in Miyagi when the earthquake hit. None of their staff were injured, but after seeing the destruction in the wake of the earthquake, Sandwichman worked with their talent agency and organized this charity to help victims. They themselves donated a large sum of money and performed charity events. And over the years, the charity has given over 400 million yen to disaster areas. Their rise to fame is an epic tale, and their desire to give back to their community and fans is admirable. Their comedy may not be very easy to translate, but if you're studying Japanese, I think understanding their comedy can really help you feel accomplished. Anyway, I hope they'll continue to be a positive influence in Japan. Other info. On one of their DVDs, they have a manzai karaoke, where you can take the role of Sandwichman and practice manzai. I don't know of any other duos that have done that, and it's a real treat for fans. Sandwichmen have a pretty close relationship with one of their original fans. He's even been invited to attend their weddings. There was a rumor that Date was the descendant of Date Masamune, a historical figure who is often romanticized in modern stories. A show researched his lineage and found that he was from a Shokei, an established branch family, and didn't have a blood connection to Masamune. He's still proud to be a Date though. Tomizawa's drooping eyelid is actually a medical condition. He said he can barely see out of that eye. They did a live show in London. The show was conducted all in Japanese and without subtitles.